Unfortunately, everything you say makes perfect sense in terms of these challenges, and I agree. It's unconscionable that we live in the wealthiest community in the world, probably in the history of the world, right? And yet we have these disparities that are undeniable, I think, on the facts. And I credit you in many aspects of your life in the ways in which you have addressed these issues over many years, not for lack of trying, by Dr. Helene Gayle. In terms of the opportunity side of that equation, as we come out of the COVID period, I think you've highlighted already one, which is just the way in which it is undeniable, right? That the spotlight has been, not that some people needed the spotlight shown, but others did. So the awareness, I think, is higher. But I'd be curious, as you think about what are the opportunities for philanthropies and other stakeholders with whom we partner to address these issues right now, and particularly to help support communities of color in Chicago to thrive.
I think when I think about the role that philanthropy has, it can provide resources, but it can also use its influence in other ways. While there are some restrictions on how far one can go down the advocacy chain, there are ways in which our voices can be heard. As a public charity at the Trust, we have greater flexibility in that way. But I know, as a private foundation, there are restrictions, but nonetheless, your voice can still be heard. I think who we bring around the table is important. Again, philanthropy can always be an important convener. And we can convene across a wide spectrum of society. We can convene among players like ourselves, the business community, the government community, but we can also bring our community partners along so that they are, at the table and part of these solutions. So, I just think what happened during the COVID pandemic highlighted something that we already knew. I think the murder of George Floyd and others during this summer really, I think, raised the consciousness overall to the importance of systemic change. And so I think that, one of the ways that we can work together is not only how we use our grant dollars, but how are we also thinking about systemic change and ways that we can address these issues that have much more far-reaching impact than I think we've seen so far.